Hey, it's me, Unapologetically T, and I am back again. I did 2 videos on Black feminism and what it meant to me, and I just basically told the truth of what I feel about Black feminism, and how other feminism doesn't always align with Black feminism because it's not as supportive as we are. I feel like Black women have supported all causes for everyone to have equality, and I think that's the only way we can get equality is if we were all fighting for equality for everyone. However, when it's not reciprocated, we have Black women being superheroes and living out this expectation of being in everything and anything to anyone and everyone. So if you are into feminism, or you want to know more about what feminism is, I definitely kind of break that down, because a lot of people just think it's about work. It has so many integral parts. There's so many parts of feminism. Yeah, so you could go check those videos out. Today I did a lot of different things today. I had a great night of sleep. As you can see, I have hair. It ain't mine, but I got it. This actually was a Halloween wig. I bought it for Halloween. It wasn't a Halloween wig, but I bought it for Halloween. Last year for work, I dressed up as Angela Davis, but not just her, but I dressed up and I guess I was honing in her spirit, but it was more like type of Black Panthers era deal. And I had a little humanity shirt, and yeah, that's what it was. And then Old Navy, they messed up my thing because I was supposed to have a leather jacket, but it didn't get here in time, and then when it did, it looked like a biker jacket. It didn't look like the Revolution. So yeah, I kind of got tired of the same old flat hair, for real. Like I just got tired of it. However, I do love my hair, so you can see me. Some days I'll be a low cut until it grows back out, and then some days I'm gonna throw this wig on it. But I did, when I found out that I had enough hair that that it could lay down, I definitely slapped some stuff on there and made it lay down. But yeah, look at that little piece. It didn't want to cooperate, but yeah, and there might be some flakes because I use gel, but it's staying now. But this is what it looked like. But this is what it looked like to other people. I know what it looked like for real. But so don't mind me if you see me with hair one day and without hair the other day. Mind your business. And go watch Black Woman in Her Hair and not judge me. So go check that out. But I did this because I did this video. Well, let me finish telling you about my day. I had a lot of things to do today. So my passport was expiring, which was a nice reflection for me that it had been 10 years since I got my passport. Getting my passport felt like the same day I got my college ID to VCU. It just felt like, I'm coming up in this world. I got a passport, baby, and I'm traveling. So it was good to reflect on that. And I remember in one of my classes we took a little survey thing, and it was basically, I guess, a survey to show privilege, or basically to show whether you were living a privileged life. And for me, it was funny because I was simultaneously living part privilege, part part Pravish life, right? So like it has said, have you ever been to a food bank? I have been to a food bank before. I had been homeless in college. Like a lot of people didn't know that. Like I did have a place to go. And I did have a place coming in. So it was temporary, but I still was homeless. I was not, by definition, I was not on anybody's lease. And yeah, so I had to figure that out. And I did have such a nice support system then. And I tried to be small as possible in her house. And I love her and I appreciate her for everything. Because I did not have money to give to her during that time. So she was very nice to me, and I love her. And if she ever watched this video, she knows who she is. And I think I've explained my relationship to her in previous videos. But yeah, I was reflecting on that, and one of the questions on that survey also was, have you ever owned a passport? And at that time, I hadn't owned a passport. And that, more than me going to the food bank or me getting welfare or food stamps, having Medicaid, those questions didn't trigger me. Me not having a passport triggered me. So one of my goals was to get a passport and travel out the United States. I felt like, you know, I spend money on things that I don't really care about after a while. I always wanted to travel, so that was like one of my goals. And when I hit that milestone, like it felt so amazing to me. So like when certain people take certain things for granted, we always take things for granted. Like there is things that other people have that I have that I'm looking at it like it's just normal, and they're looking at it like, oh my gosh. And passport was one for me. It was like an oh my gosh moment. And so even though I am coming on, I'm on the come ups. I was not gonna let my passport expire. So I got that done, and I think it's good that I got that done because I do have plans to go see Charlotte's aunt in Tobago this summer if she has free time for us to come. So yeah, I did that. That was a hoot. Then what else did I do? I went and got my storage unit, so I'm getting in the works of soon. I'm gonna be getting my stuff up out of here. I found a couple of moving companies, but it's one more I want to check out for a quote. So I do recommend getting you know, checking with different people for different quotes when it comes to moving and movers. So I want to do that tomorrow. What else did I do today? I feel like I did something else. Oh, I went and got my eyebrows done. I needed that for me. I do feel like I went and got my vision board laminated, which was like $12. But that vision board meant a lot to me. I made that vision board on December the 30th. And I actually had been working on it after Dante died. So like I did my vision board. I didn't buy magazines because when I went in the store and looked at magazines, it was like $15. I was like, nope. So what I did was went on my laptop, found exact pictures that I actually wanted, which I found to be actually a good thing because all the other times I've done it, it was with magazines, which is great because it's like it forces you to be creative in your ideas and stuff. But however, this go around, I knew what I wanted. I feel like all the other times I made vision boards, I was deeply depressed. One of the vision boards I made, I don't even understand what I wanted when I look back on it because I took pictures of all of them. Then there was another one I made, and it was like a verse of a vision board. It was like how you see yourself. Well, it's not a verse, but it's like a two-part. It was like how do you see yourself, and how are you actually? So it wasn't kind of like a vision board in the sense of like you want to manifest something, but it was more of like a self-esteem builder. So it was like, this is what I see, this is what other people sees. And usually what you think other people see is what you really are, and what you see is usually some distorted versions of yourself. So that one is a good reflection for me, to see where I was at during that time period. And boy, was the self-esteem low. And we still building self-esteem over here. So, and I think that's just gonna be, something that I work with. um but it's 100 times better than what it was 2023. It was 0 too. But yeah, so the one that I made, I went online and I found exact pictures to describe exactly what I wanted, how I wanted it. I did have some hanging off because my board was full, but I did have some pictures hanging off. I'm happy I did take a picture of it, but I had to take those pictures off and then get the board laminated, and then I'm gonna glue those back on. I don't know which kind of glue I'm gonna use, but I'm gonna figure out something that's gonna stick to the laminated paper. I might have to pin it, I don't know, but it's going back on there because that's what I envision. And so I did that on December 30th because of basically like New Year's. So yeah, I did that today. Then I had to go to the store to get Charlotte something for something she doing at school. And then she texted today and was like she had failed her SOL. She did fail in the range where she can retake. I really don't give a shit. I'll talk about SOLs and education another day, another time, but I really don't be giving a shit. Like, I tell her, like, do your best, but I even tell her, like, I don't give a shit. Like, I tell my child I don't give a shit about them tests. Now I do give a shit about the classwork she do. I do give a shit about if she has homework, projects. I give a shit about that. I give a shit about her progress, but I don't give a shit about them SOLs. And I'll have a video about that. And as an educator, like, I think other educators know why. But if you're not an educator and you just a parent, I don't give a shit. If you was a student and you took the SOLs, you know why I don't give a shit. So yeah, I was on there like, I just let her know, like, it would be nice for the schools if you pass because they'll get accredited. But as far as like me caring about it, I don't care. I don't. Not one bit. They should change it. But that's just my opinion. So that was my day in a nutshell. Yeah, that was my day in a nutshell. That's where I'm at. I also applied for housing. So I've been doing that. Yeah. So that was the day. And then, so the reason of this video, that was 13 whole minutes. Do I want to start? Nope. I'm not going to. I'm not. Sometimes I be starting, though, because, like, I be talking. I'm long-winded sometimes. And I ain't did videos in a long time, so. And I mean, like, videos where I'm just, like, just being me, talking. I did this video because I bought these cards. And I bought this for my mom. I wanted to do it on her birthday, but I was tired for her birthday. She was tired. So I didn't even bring it up. I brought the cards, but I didn't bring it up. I got it from off TikTok. I forgot how much it cost. It was cheap. Because I really don't do nothing unless it is. I think I got it for a sale, though. So I bought these because I wanted to, even though I know my mom's life story, but I wanted to start recording her life stories, just so I can have something for me and my kids for if she passes away. I feel like a lot of times our stories get lost within our family lineage. Definitely if it hasn't been documented somewhere else. So I bought these cards for her. However, I haven't used them on her yet. I will get to it. God willing, I hope he lets me get to it. And I won't be posting her story. It is just for family purposes. I just dropped something. Hold on. I'm back. So it's just for family purposes for that. But I wanted to ask myself some of these questions because some of them are really good. Yeah, some of these are really good. So I don't know. I just shuffled them and I think they was kind of like in a nice little neat order. So I don't know. What I'm gonna do is shuffle and I think I'm gonna pull 3 cards and see what stories come out for that. So, and also I've been working so diligently on the logistics of my business. I have been relearning astrology. So I can start doing birth charts and stuff like that. I've signed up for Reiki healing, so I'll get trained in that. I already feel like I have healing hands, but why not get a certificate that says I'm certified? And even though Reiki you don't touch, that card just fell out. I don't feel like going to get it again. Hold on 1 second. I'll let. All right, so the card that fell, I thought it was gonna be good, but it basically says, "What were your favorite subjects in high school?" My favorite subject, of course, was reading. So I love literature. I loved writing. I just don't like formal writing. As you can see, like I don't like formal talking. I don't like formal writing. I like to be creative, make mistakes, just be raw and authentic. I hate the editing and the making it look pretty and nice and yeah, like I hate that editing process. I do not like it. But like creative writing, I would say like by the time I got to high school, though, I had topped out mentally. So by the time I got to high school mentally, I had no favorite subject. To tell you the truth, like most times I would skip one class and go to another teacher class that I liked. And basically, like I got my work done so quick, it was just like I didn't fail nothing. Like I was surprised. Like I think I graduated. By the time I graduated high school, I had like a 3.7 GPA. And I did nothing. Like I'm dead serious. Like let me change that. I did work, but it felt like nothing to me. Like I felt like, I just wasn't challenged. That's how I felt. And even I had a teacher tell my mom that like I wasn't being challenged. So, and I knew that. I didn't know at the time. I just felt bored and felt like, why am I here? But as I got older, I realized like an idle mind is really the devil's workshop. So yeah, that was that. So by the time I got to high school, I had no favorite subjects, but I will say that I pretty much liked all subjects except for math. I felt like at a certain level of math, like I wouldn't need it. And I find it interesting though that math is very important. Even that shit that I don't like trig and all that stuff is important. Like our ancestors was doing stuff like this before they had the fancy names for it, like trigonometry and calculus and all that stuff. Like if you study your history, you'll know like they were talking about time traveling and all that kind of stuff. It was a lot of things that older civilizations had already figured out before we did. And I ain't gonna even say we did, for other people did. And yeah, that's that. So even though I don't really care for math, I have a respect for math and I can do math. I cannot conceptualize it. That's how I'll put that. The next question, which is a good one. Could you tell me a story or memory of your brothers and sisters? As far as my older 2 siblings on my mom's side, like all the stories are crazy. They're crazy. I don't recall like a regular normal moment in my childhood with them. Now the brother I grew up with, I have good memories and I have bad memories of him because he was 7 years older than me, so he had a love-hate relationship for me because he was literally like the only kid in the house, and then I came along. But now that we're adults, we're cool. But like we used to fight, and I would like to thank him for my training and fighting, because like basically like he's the one that tested my strength. 7 years older than me, we used to fight. Um, and then not to top it off, like he liked wrestling, so I used to learn how to wrestle and get out of certain moves and do all kind of stuff. So I like to thank him for that. I will say that yeah, he taught me how to fight. I would say more like he taught me how to like be strong, take a hit. He taught me how to hit back. He ain't teach me how to bob and weave, but he definitely taught me like endurance and strength. So yeah, I don't know. Like what's a memory I could tell you about? I don't know. This memory it's not gonna be anything good. And I didn't grow up with my other siblings on my dad's side. Like, okay, it's two twins. They were somewhat in and out. So it was like it wasn't consistent. So I knew them, but they was in and out. And I felt like when I was little, like my dad's siblings, I don't think they liked me. Like I feel a sense of jealousy. I don't care what nobody said, but I felt a sense of jealousy. Even when my oldest sister on my mom's side, like it was a sense of jealousy. My brother, a sense of jealousy. But me and him grew out of that. Because I was jealous of him too. But I still would look out for him. Whereas he didn't. He didn't care. Let's see. Yeah, so it's the twins. And I remember at an early age, they used to try to get their sister to fight me. Because I was like little. Like I was so tiny. And their sister me and her was like the same age. But she was like bigger than me. And so I'll admit, like back then when I was that young, like I didn't have my heart then. So like I just saw her bigger than me. And I just used to let her bully me until, like you get enough is enough. I felt like as we got adults, she tried to play that shit with me. I'm not playing that shit. Like I'm not that little kid. We will fight to the death and win or lose. Like, and so I basically have negative memories. I do have a good memory of my oldest sister from DC. She came down one time with her husband and then her son, which is a year. He like a year younger than me, and the twins was there too, and we were at my dad's house. Like I can never forget it. I was real young, and they did like a trivia game, and I remember like she was giving us dollars for like the questions we get right, and I remember getting a lot of them questions right. I came home feeling kid rich, so that's a good memory. But then I wouldn't see her again until I was probably like 10 or 11, and I think that's like when her mom had got sick and passed away. She had got sick. She was sick then, and then she passed away, and I went to the funeral. So that's kind of like when we reconnected, and like we was like this. However, I still feel like there's sometimes some sense of jealousy or some stuff like going on, which I think sometimes that is with sibling rivalry. But I just felt like since I was a baby, like I would have wished people would have nurtured and took care of me more. However, I'm learning I gotta do that shit for myself now that I'm grown. But me and her probably like out of all my siblings besides the one I grew up with, like we're like this. We are not on speaking terms right now, and that's fine with me. I am learning how to love myself and how to treat myself, and therefore if others cannot love and treat me the same way, then I don't want it. That doesn't mean that my sister ain't my sister no more, because I do have a sister that she ain't my sister no more. But this one, she's still gonna always be my sister. My sister been there for me through thick and thin. I can trust my sister. My sister just, ooh, did y'all see that light flicker? It's going down in here. We're about to lose power. I don't want that. But yeah, my sister always had my back when it's important for her to have my back. On average, that does not mean she's perfect. I do feel like she allowed her hard feelings towards Dante to get in the way for how she came off towards me and the decisions she made, you know, like, and there's a lot of other instances of different stuff. And me and her, I have told her exactly how I feel. When she's ready to talk, we can talk. If she ain't ready to talk, we don't have to talk. But I love her, and I'll send her holiday texts, like, until she get to the point where she want to talk. Next question is, how did I get my name? That's a good one. Even though I ain't telling you my name, if you don't know my name, then it's just that. I just don't. I don't know. I'd rather for people to call me by my nickname. Definitely people I don't know. It's no big deal if you do learn my name. It's just that I don't want to be called by that by people I don't know. And it used to be the opposite for me. Like, my nickname is T or TT, and only my friends, like very close friends, like if that, and my family. Like, my family don't call me by my first name. They definitely call me T or TT. So I think my dad is like the only family member I got that calls me by my name. I don't even know if my family know my name. Do they know my name? But yeah, some of them probably do. But most of them call me T or TT. So then I feel like I got to a certain age where I felt like reversing it. And I felt like, you know, I don't want people that don't really know me to call me by my name unless it's in a professional setting. However, for where I'm going, my name is T. I'll accept T or TT. It doesn't matter. But what I'm going by is T. My last name is my last name, thanks to my slave master ancestor, which I cannot wait to have the time and money to research my DNA, because my family is from Louisa, Virginia, and one of our surnames is Washington. So I'm pretty sure. I feel it. I feel like George Washington might have did his big one, you know, spreaded some seeds. It wouldn't be bizarre. He wouldn't be the first, and he wouldn't be the last. So yeah, we're not that far from Mount Pelion, so it's interesting. I can't wait to dig deep into that. I have already started. I started that journey when I was with Dante. We both started our ancestry. I got deeper into it than he did, but and it's tedious work. Like, you really have to piece together these puzzles, and then being African American, there wasn't good record keeping for us, but I did get to find like a lot of different stuff on both sides of my family. So I'm learning about my dad's history, dad's family history, and then I'm learning about my mom's. But back to how I got my name. I got my name, fun story. I got my name. My mom was dealing with my dad for years before I came along. Like, my dad was, he knew my brother. His kids knew my brother. Like, everybody knew my dad before I knew my dad. And so they had dealt with each other for years, but my mom had just got out of a relationship when she first met my dad. So she really wasn't taking my dad serious at any point. And then both of them have alpha personalities. Like, they're both like very strong-minded, and you're not gonna tell neither one of them what to do, how to do it. I definitely think I get my strength from both of them and my intellect from both of them, which I'll say my dad is definitely smart, but he becomes dumb because he doesn't allow you to teach him anything. He thinks he knows it already. So that's one of his detriments. My mom, on the other hand, like, she is willing to learn, but it just got to make sense to her. So what you telling her better make sense to what she already thinks she know. So I definitely get that from them, but she was dealing with him He really like wanted her. I feel like from me hearing the story, they met like at a bus stop, and they did it for years, and like she never wanted anything serious with him, but I think he wanted something serious with her, but she knew it wasn't gonna work, so she just had fun. And they had literally stopped seeing each other, and she was seeing another guy, and she thought because she had just started seeing the other guy that it was him that got her pregnant, because she had been messing with my dad for years and they never got pregnant. But in all actuality, it was my dad that got her pregnant. But the other guy thought he was my dad. My dad was, Papa was a Rolling Stone, so he left that shit in the air, like, you know, if she mad, I take care of it. If she mad, or if she ain't mad. And my mom was like, she didn't want to hear that shit. She was like, she was getting a test, because she just felt like it was fair for me to know who my fucking dad was. And so guy number one was Muslim, and my name is Muslim, and he gave me my name, and she spelled it though, so my name is unique in spelling, and I love that. I didn't at first when I was a kid. I hated it. But so my name is Arabic, and it means nice, and it appears in the Quran, I think 5 times. And yeah, so I find it funny sometimes that, like, you know, a Muslim man gave me my name. I ended up, you know, going to college and learning about Islam and learning Arabic, and then meeting a man that was Muslim and spending 11 years with him. I used to go to Jumu'ah sometimes, and I used to do like different stuff. That it's funny that like I ended up being connected to that religion. I also find that religion to be so beautiful. It is a little too disciplined for me, but I find it so beautiful. And I have a problem with there are no more prophets after Muhammad, but you know, because I feel like we're all being utilized by God, and we all have messages, so we definitely would by definition be a prophet if we are teaching others to go the right way, or whatever the right way is. So I don't know. Those are my things about Islam. But other than that, like, I feel like Islam is beautiful, like, very beautiful religion. But yeah, my name is that. I don't care if you're smart enough to figure it out. I don't care if you already know it. I'm going by T. So call me what I want to go by. But yeah, anyway, my dad ended up being my dad. My middle name is Sweet in French, like basically nice, kind.